now about 8 seconds ahead, which is fantastic. Don't we absolutely love that? That's positive for me.
Yes.
What is going on?
We were having such a good morning as well. Good quality stream. Everybody was enjoying themselves. And now we're going to have a few technical hiccups. Karma's locked in, though. For
We're getting
Rampage.
there,
Yeah.
That's fine, yeah. The Karma is taken away here in locked in. We spoke about it a lot already. It's really, really useful, well, really nice to have in general in terms of being able to pick something like the Jhin in the bot lane. Of course, it hasn't been banned away, so would expect to see that get picked up soon. On the other side, instantly locked in there is the Caitlyn. Now, we saw Caitlyn a few times yesterday on Holy Phoenix from Dark Passage.
Oh, man.
He destroyed on that champion.
It wasn't even. He wasn't making the champion look fair to go against. He was just chilling out in the first few minutes of the game, first 10-15 minutes, and then he came in with 2 items halfway through a third, and then just completely took over the game. I want to see if Blasting can do the same. Jace is going to be the lock-in as well, not banned this time round. And now it is Rampage's time to choose. I want to see if Tussle goes on a different jungler, or he's just going to stick with the Lee Sin, because we haven't actually seen him on anything else but that Lee Sin in this tournament so far.
Absolutely, yeah. Currently sat on the Rek'Sai there. I wonder if he'll go for this. We haven't seen Rek'Sai in quite a while now, actually. Also looking towards... Actually, the Rek'Sai locked in there. Now, that's very interesting. You said this before, that Tussle is a Rek'Sai player, but we haven't seen Rek'Sai in so long, and now here she is being brought out in this game. Interesting times, because Rampage, as we said in the last game, they've got to mix things up and do something different here.
Yeah, maybe being on this more tanky front line in the Rek'Sai just might give him that survivability he needs every time he does go in. And having that Karma takeaway as well. I think Lemon didn't perform bad at all on the Karma. Having that one as a power pick as well. I definitely think first pickable. And it's going to give Meron on the Ashe a lot of protection as well.
Absolutely is a nice comp coming through so far. Like you say, the speed boost for the Ashe, she slows them down. You get speed boost. Incredibly hard to escape Rampage, but it does rely on being in front. This is the issue that they'll have, I think, is trying not to play too aggressive. Nunu insta-locked in here.
Whoa.
That is big. We have not seen a Nunu for a while. We've been excited about it, and now we're going to get to see it, alongside the Janna, of course.
Finally, after so long, the first day, in fact, we were talked about it. We're like, is Nunu going to get picked up? I wonder if he's ever going to be played. No. Not until now. One of the last best of threes coming out. Nunu's picked. He got nerfed, but coming through with a bit of a weird draft composition from Vega. My goodness, I cannot wait there.
Poke. Yeah, but their poke is so scary, and the protect they've got with the Janna too is really nice. So don't forget, her Eye of the Storm shield does give bonus AD, so if you stick that on a Jace or a Caitlyn as they go for poke, it's going to hurt even more and really, really smack. And now, seeing a Bard locked in too, as well as a Rumble. This is a really exciting game we're about to set up to have.
Just picks we haven't seen too much of, and Rampage especially not playing this Rumble top, and obviously we've not seen Pupil on the Bard either. I want to know what Vega Squadron have in their pockets to pick out for the top lane, being their only last available pick, or mid lane even. Obviously Jace can be flexed in between the two. Now we do have a Karma in the mid lane yet again for Lemon, so maybe a bit of a comfort pick, but again that's going to be a lot of protection coming out from Meron.
I like it. I think both comps are looking really, really solid here so far. The Nunu, of course, came as a bit of a surprise, but we've seen what Caitlyn's can do. It's going to be even scarier with the Nunu stim on the back of it as well. It's going to be really, really terrifying to deal with. Still waiting, of course, to see what this last pickup will be for Vega here. They might flex the Jason with the couple of hovers they've done so far. It might be the Jace staying in the top lane, and it will be Jace in the top lane as Victor is locked in once again. We've seen so many good Victors this tournament so far.
Robovic 4-0 on the Victor at 10 to 12 minutes. Just, oh my goodness. That champion, he makes it look just straight busted. And we'll see if he can pull out that same again, because he just got so far ahead and he really just ran away with the game. Dan Zara, though, on the Nunu. He's been playing some crazy aggressive junglers in the early game. Nidalee, obviously, Lee Sin, we've seen him on these kind of champions, but nothing as passive as the Nunu.
Indeed, this is really interesting now. I've said it a few times already, but it genuinely is, because we've seen, the same picks over and over again here. We've seen the Karma in the mid lane again, which last game had some pretty good effect, but just wasn't there for many of the fights when really should have been. But never mind, I guess. It's still going to see it picked up here. The Victor match up once again, so exactly the same as last time. But the bot lane is where the real excitement is going to happen here, I think. This is going to see a Janna who we have not seen for so long, and a Bard too. Things are going to get really cool and very interesting, especially the Nunu too, actually. I want to see how involved he gets.
They're predicting it again. Rampage versus Saigon Joe, because obviously this is not that game. It is going to be Rampage versus Vega Squadron. So that graphic is wrong, unfortunately, but we'll let you know. We got your back. Yeah, and having the Jala in the bot lane as well seems to just neutralize that lane.
It is. I'm just going to fix a quick issue with the overlays here, guys, and then we will be straight into the game here. We are just about to get onto the Rift, which is where the magic is going to start happening, to say the least. I can't wait to see what happens here, honestly. It's going to be really cool, and I'm sure you guys are just as excited for it as we are.
Yeah, just picks we've just not seen before. Nunu and Rek'Sai as well in the jungle. We're going to jump straight onto the Rift. This is game number 2. Rampage over on the blue side, Vega Squadron over on the red. Vega Squadron win this one. They will go up against Saigon Jokers, but can Rampage pull out the reverse sweep?
Yeah, can they? That is the big question. It would be a real kick in the teeth for Vega Squadron, because not forgetting in the LCL finals, they got themselves reverse swept, sorry, in the CIS finals, they got themselves swept out by ANX, who then, of course, got to go to World. So a bit traumatizing for them. I'm pretty sure the word reverse sweep will trigger their players for many years to come. And they'll be not wanting the same to happen here to a relatively new team, don't forget. The Japanese scene is only a few months old. And I think that's probably what we're seeing Rampage still kind of struggling to find their way. I imagine once they get into it, it's going to get very interesting, though.
Oh, definitely. Having those Korean players as well. The only two Korean imports coming through for Rampage in Tussle and Pupil. Let's help them just a little bit. But Edward on the Janna, he's going to be able to make sure blasting is so safe. And that is such a suppressing lane, because that AD bonus really just helps blasting's harass.
I do wonder how the jungle will go down here. These are two junglers I don't think we've seen once this tournament so far.
Not at all.
No, so it's two very new picks coming through. Of course, how they play is going to change probably how teams operate across the map, because we've got so used to seeing, you know, the Nidalee, Elise, Lee Sin sort of meta, that this does mix things up completely. Don't forget, every jungler also has a different play style. These two will be looking to make impacts in different ways. They pose different threats. Rek'Sai, especially with the global map pressure, is massive, whereas equally for Nunu, it's all about trying to make everyone else as useless as you are, as they say.
Hey man, it's not that useless. He can smite, consume the Baron at like...
and the blue buff as he's
1.5
just into Tussle. Tussle, why?
I'm just going to sit. I think I'm a little bit behind actually. He's just going to come through. Oh, alright. Yep. See you later.
We're at 225 now.
Oh, I'm way behind. Give me a sec.
Keep up,
bro. Jeez.
It's froze up.
Oh, same.
We love a good
I'm at
freeze.
226, 7, 8, 9, 30.
Yeah, I'm there now. We're there,
cool.
We're there.
Hey! So yeah, Zanzara stealing away the blue buff already. Just, I told you, the sheer power of Nunu. Consume Smite to take any objective away. And, as always, the last day has just been gifting us good things. We've got an Infernal Drake to start off with as well.
Well, that's certainly going to make you a happy man. I know you've been pretty tilted by the number of
oceans of
clouds and oceans. Yeah, you've seen so many of them, man. You're never going to want to go to the beach ever again.
No. I'd rather stay in my room, play League of Legends. Just saying.
Just an indoor nerd, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
One of those.
Barmeal.
Oh, wow. The double buff invade coming through here from Zanzara. Jesus Christ.
Oh, he uses Consume early, though. Tussle is really low. He's going to know he's going to be there. But Zanzara is really healthy on this.
The Q's up in about 3 or 4 seconds. He just wants to wait for it. Look, that's actually beating on
He's baiting
here.
it out. Yeah, he's actually going to smite steal it away. But no, Tussle gets the smite down even. He's going to get the knock up as well. Pupil is here. Flash tried to bind him against the wall. It's not going to happen. But no mid lane pressure. Tussle's actually just going to flash for this one. Magical Journey as well on the side. Zanzara is so quick on this Nunu though. He's just gonna plod his way out of there. Just completely ignore everything else. But that's going to be a massive cooldown as well for Tussle there. Flash already burnt at level 3.
That was just a sign of tilt, I think, there, just saying, I hate Nunu so much, just get away from me, or I want to kill you. He was going for it super hard. In fact, a gank from behind here.
Oh, there's a nice Magical Journey coming through. Edward not risking that Tussle could be around there. Red buff burning, but blasting, trading up a lot of damage there. Tussle goes really low, and Merrin is just equaling health bars for blasting right now.
Looking pretty good so far, I've got to say. Like, in terms of, that was a good play to come from behind. I mean, that was probably in the bot lane of Vega not being aware of what was going on. They should have been much more aware than that. That just had the invade coming to the blue side jungle, that they would have someone appearing behind them very soon. Didn't respect it, and then, you know, they had to force a flash on the Janna. Fortunately for them, that was all they had to burn, mind you.
Yeah, I mean, it's not too much of a massive cooldown. They're coming
They're doing
through.
the same thing
Magical
again, look.
Journey. They're doing the same thing. Edward, no flash from the repeated gank. There's a teleport coming down.
Tussle.
Non-Holy. Tussle is going to get exhausted here. He's going down really low. Blasting to get a kill. No, it's going to go over to Non-Holy. They've just completely overextended. 2 teleports, in fact. Think it through from Rampage as well. It is a bot lane party at 5 minutes. Not something that every AD carry wants. They're just forcing them off now. Non-Holy goes really low. Edward is going to be able to sustain a little bit of that damage, though, through those shields. To me, Drobovic, actually, though, does get a free lane in the mid to start off with. 2 teleports burned on the side of Rampage this early.
Brilliant play so far. And in fact, while we've got a small quiet period, I'm going to do the sync thing again because this is really starting to wind me up now.
I'm on 520.
Sorry, guys, we're also going to have to resync this back up here now as well. No, I'm just being in general for the actual stream itself because it's just not playing nicely.
No worries. Well,
There we
I'll
go.
give you
Okay, we're back. We're back.
Oh, we're back. Okay.
We're
Tussle.
back. 5:35, 36,
I'm
37,
way behind again.
38, 39.
I'm just on the fight.
40.
There you go, 40. I'm on there.
Okay, cool. You're up. Cool. We're okay, guys. We're getting there.
We're good. Zanzara ran away.
UK production, lol.
Yeah, feels UK production, man. Unlucky. But Tussle is just trying to just fend the Zanzara off these buffs. This guy just won't leave him alone. That's Nuno, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, this is what Nunu needs to do. It's like I said earlier on, you need to make the enemy jungler as useless as you are. If you can do... Oh, in fact, it's been tagged up here.
Speaking of useless, he is tanky, but not enough in this early game. Finally gets his revenge. Tussle and Pupil. Pupil's been so good at these roams just so early in the game. You just don't expect it.
No, we saw it last game as well, where he was, what, top at like 7.5 minutes in the game, and I was like, what on earth is a support doing this early in the... Brilliant.
He's been all around the map, man. He is barred after all. He needs to collect those chimes.
Absolutely. I guess now him being up there, that does mean that the Ashe has to fall back here. Merrin not going to have the easiest time against a Caitlyn Janna duo whilst he's off roaming the maps. He needs to play really defensively. Wow, mid lane.
in the mid lane, yeah. Lemon going fairly low, but Drovic had to ban 2 summoners in that engage as well as the ultimate. So Lemon definitely getting the upper hand in that case. She is going for the more defensive build this time as well again.
Yeah, that's what makes that kind of interesting is that, you know, Lemon didn't use any summon at all, whereas Drobovic had to burn both just to be able to get away. Flash goes down for him. It's not going to be very pretty.
Not at all. And I want to see if Zanzara just go for this early dragon as well. Obviously, seen a few Nunus do that. Level 3, just consume, and consume. It's quite disgusting when you just see the dragon going down, especially it being at Infernal as well. He's just going to take up this scuttle crab here. But Pupil, again, he's just been all around. He's just left Merrin alone completely. He's like, you can fend for yourself, can't you? It's fine. Just let me roam.
Just wander off and do your thing. But you can kind of see how that's already starting to impact on Merrin's farm. He was only 2 or 3 CS down about a minute ago. Now he's at a 2-wave deficit. And that's only off the back of the roams constantly coming out of Pupil, which is a shame.
Shame, but it's a very punishing lane, like you mentioned. Also nearing the bottom side. Grovic's going to come down and possibly meet him as well. Just get the pink ward up. Hasn't got any... This is the thing now. He's just a sitting duck in the mid lane. Speaking of sitting ducks, Blasting just flashes out the way. Merrin off, like just on cooldown. As soon as he hit level 6, he was able to use that enchant and crystal arrow. Didn't hit anybody, but it forced a flash.
Not about getting the kill, it's about sending a message, or in this case, taking a flash. And Lemon now, he's probably himself picked up here.
He is so low. No summoners, remember. Yatori just flashes on. Flame Spitter comes through, and in the bottom lane as well, actually. Merrin is going to secure the kill, and Edward's almost going to go down as well. The flash burnings across the map just result in disaster for Vega Squadron.
The easy return coming through there, it's a shame.
Oh no.
But this is the kind of issue that we've seen all through, is that, you know, Rampage make these plays but then do end up trading back, and it just really doesn't work out too well for them.
It does look like they want to get something off this as well. Zanzara trying to steal away that blue buff again. Just determined to make sure it doesn't land in Lemon's hands.
Well, he's doing a pretty good job of it, but of course he got picked off for it once. Ironically enough, in his own jungle. It wasn't whilst he was counter-invading, he just got picked off in general. So needs to be aware of the threat, I think, of Tussle and Pupil here, especially if Pupil starts roaming again. But I think here, him being in the bot lane and returning there, getting that kill, so the Ashe is now 1-0, she's caught upon CS. That was a really good play. Like, being able to amend for your, I suppose, selfish ways and abandoning your AD carry. That's a good way of amending for it, is by going bot lane and getting your AD carry a kill.
Yeah, and it does mean the advantage in CS is just diminished a little bit. Merrin picking up the Berserker Scream's actually fairly early on. Make sure he can wave clear, I suppose. And
It's
you
kind,
see
of,
just
it's kind of funny
Itori
actually,
running
because
away.
thinking about it, if you're playing solo queue and you're the support and you go roaming to try and make a gank happen mid, your AD carry goes nuts. They hate it. But in pro play, you see it so often because it's just such a powerful tool to have. You know, supports generally are there to babysit an AD carry and make sure they can get through lane fine. They often come with a good amount of CC or disruptive abilities. Why wouldn't you use them as a ganker as well?
Very true. I mean, that's why I like playing support. I don't know. I'm one of those.
I'm an awful support player.
I love it, dude. I love Karma. I like playing just the high DPS support, like Karma. I don't play Zyra too much though.
If I could have AP Lulu back again, I'd play that. I loved AP Lulu back in the day.
Abused that so much.
Whoa!
Dropovic getting abused again. Yeah, no summoners still. Flash forward from Lemon. Gravity Field wasn't enough, and Tussle, using that flash aggressively this time, manages to pick up a kill.
Unlucky, friendo, is probably the best way of saying that. Just 0-2 on the Victor. It's still ahead about 10 to 12 CS, but you know, Karma is on the catch-up here. Lemon having to burn that flash, definitely going to probably indicate to Nunu, you know, we can make something happen here. I've got my gravity field, I've got my ultimate, you have got the slows. Let's make something work here and start getting the laners ahead. Because this Nunu is still 0-1-0. You might have tried to shut down the Rek'Sai, but she's currently 7 farm ahead. Has been involved in 3 kills, sorry, I should say. And generally is having a pretty good game so far. Vega needs to start making things happen right now, because otherwise this very small gold lead now, it's only 200 to 300 gold, it will start slipping away from them.
Yeah, and actually, Merrin's actually caught up in CS as well, so he's been doing fairly well. I think it's because Pupil came back down the bottom lane, just helped him out a little bit. But Tussle, maybe this is what he needed, Derek. He needed to be on a more just tanky champion in order to be able to make some of these plays work a little better.
It's working out for them so far, to say the least, as we're seeing now. It's, you know, it's still 2-2-1. I don't doubt he could have done exactly the same thing on Lee Sin, and may actually have been able to catch Nunu out a lot easier if he was on the Lee Sin. But I just think going into the later stages of this game, Rek'Sai is going to be so much more useful.
Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely, yeah. I mean, Nunu, he's got the ultimate, I suppose, for the zoning potential, but he's not as useful to say as Tussle is. He will be like an absolutely insane god-like tank in the late game, but they just focus down the carries. They're not going to have too much of a problem to deal with him. Just trying to make something happen in the bottom lane now, but just spotting out a ward, he's just going to take that and probably back off.
He's going to be a nightmare for Merrin as they get into the mid-game, just constantly dropping down the snowballs onto the AD carry. Will, of course, reduce the attack speed and move speed. You're pretty much used. In fact, there's an ultimate now.
Yeah, there comes the ultimate, comes through. Pupil does drop really low. Ace in the Hole is available for blasting, so I want to see if he's going to use that. He will. Merrin does block the shot, but that does send him quite low on HP as well. Vega Squadron putting a lot of effort into this bottom side push.
They are, and I don't blame them, to be fair. They want to get some pressure down here. They want to try and get these towers down, get that first brick goal, because right now neither team has it, and having that will definitely help them get the goal lead back towards their favour. They need to take control of this game, because right now they just don't have control of it. It seems like it's anyone's to take right now. I won't say Rampage are in control, because I don't feel like they are, but they definitely seem in a much better situation right now.
Oh man, Merrin just tickling Zanzara there. No damage. Does get the knock up as well. Snowball comes through. But I don't think they're going to be able to take this tower all too yet. The minions are depleting. Blasting has got those shields. That Tempered Fate coming through, in fact. The teleport as well from Yatori's coming down. Blasting is slowed up. Merrin, he's surviving this one through the passive of the Mastery. Tussle's going to come through as well. Blasting just gets sniped there. Tussle picks that kill up.
Down at the back.
Another kill as well. And yeah, there goes Jana as well. Completely falls down to the equalizer coming out from Rumble. Dropovic just couldn't make it down to bot lane in time.
Wow. That was good. That was a really, really well-placed ultimate there by Yatori. Edward was trying to get out of it, but just couldn't get out of range in time and did eventually burn down there. That's a 2-0 Rumble now, who's only going to keep on getting even scarier as these fights go on. And he's getting probably towards, I imagine, the Zhonya's early on here. Doesn't want to get melted up in the CC and the damage that will no doubt be coming out of No Holy, Dropovic, and Blasting here.
Yeah, Non-Holy was just kind of a non-factor in that fight as well. Just not being able to put down the damage needed. And Tussle, yet again, comes up big. And maybe this is a game for Rampage here. It is 1-0 in the series to Vega Squadron. Oh, arrow goes wide, but we'll see if they can make it back. He's going to go on to Non-Holy there. People going really low. Takes the magical journey away to safety, though.
He almost knocked him away from the magical journey and could have probably picked him off the back of that. I think if it weren't for Rek'Sai being there as well, if Tussle hadn't arrived, then it would have probably been a kill and he would have committed to that. But he was pretty low on mana in the first place. This is great macro play coming out of Vega so far. They've took bot lane tower, they've forced the bot lane to rotate top lane as well, and now they're taking this down too. Really good play so far. And they got the dragon as well. Actually, no, dragon went over to Rampage here. Sorry,
it did go to Rampage, yeah.
I remember Rumble picking it up, and I don't know why I said Vega got it. But so far, this is good rotatory play coming out of them. They do need to get this chase down to bot lane, which he's currently doing now to defend it, obviously, against the Ashe who's pushing in. Now they need to go mid lane and force that down, set up some deep wards inside the enemy jungle, and start pushing forwards.
Yeah, they've made some really good picks on the side of Rampage. To be looking for another one here. They're going to back off. Whirlwind does hit. People just get sent flying. But just the macro game is just not there. No real objectives apart from the dragon being capitalized on. Unholy. Sense something's around. He knows Tussle is there, or round about there now, so he's going to have to be a little bit careful. But Zanzara, there for backup on that Nunu. Pretty tanky at this point as well. He's got Cinder.
Oh, look at Tussle. He knows what's going on.
He wants it. He got it as well. Yeah, he's doing a lot of damage actually as well. Red buff burning. Tempered Fate completely missing. Zanzara going really low.
Oh, wow.
He actually gets pinned up against the wall, but Non-Holy's going to come in. Hammer to the skies. Tussle actually just goes down. Merrin is in the front line at this point, and Non-Holy hasn't got those cooldowns left now. Gets bound up against the wall. He's going to go down. Merrin's going to pick up that kill.
Oh,
flashes over the wall as well. Double kill for him, in fact. Red buff transfer. Can Rampage get anything off this now?
It's looking really good for Rampage right now. There's still only 100 gold in the lead, mind you, despite being 8-3 because of those two towers which Vega have already picked up there. A little bit deep, I felt there, potentially from Zanzara. And although we were saying it's nice to see the Nunu here, it doesn't seem like he's not respecting the possibility that there's going to be roams here. He knew Jace was in bot lane defending bot tower. He knew that the bot lane from the other side had already rotated up as well because they'd already taken top tower. Just a bit risky, I think, and without that.
And with that tower as well, their gold lead has stretched a little bit in Rampage's favour. Tussle just giving the blue buff over. And 8-3 on the scoreboard as well. I mean, they're going to be able to snowball the kills, but I don't think the macro game is all too there just yet. They just wander as the 3. Drobovic actually sending Yatori really low. He might actually just go down here. Chaos Storm is ticking. He's not trying to move out the way of it either. Drobovic gets the kill and equalizer. Just a non-factor in that 1v1.
Nice play. Oh, the ultimate coming through.
Wow, it does actually land as well. Flash uproot from Tussle. And Blasting's going to fall as well. I didn't even see the arrow downtown from Merrin. I think he ulted all the way from the inhibitor actually. And Blasting just couldn't get out of the way of it quick enough. 2 summoners still left up for him as well.
Merrin is looking really scary this game so far. He's 3-0-2, and in fact, kudos over to Lemon and Pupil as well. They're 0-0-6 and 0-0-5 respectively. And in fact, Tussle at the minute, 4-3. He's got those few deaths wrapped up, but he has had a large hand in the number of kills involved in 7 of the 9 kills for his team so far. The whole team just playing really, really well. Some on-point ultimates from Yatori too. Looking so much better than the last game, to be honest.
Yeah, they just needed a warm-up, man. All they needed, they just needed that warm-up game. It's like me when I play solo queue. I just need that warm-up loss, or 2 or 3. And then I can, you know, you can really just get into it after that.
You need to do that. You need to play normals, my friend.
Most probably. Non-Holy is a little bit overextended there. Hammer to the skies. Yatori going really low. Will he be able to pick up the kill? Flash away from Yatori. The minions, baby. No, he's not. He's not getting down. He's going to be safe. But People actually picks up that kill. Non-Holy just overextending there just a little bit. Didn't really have any vision either. But Vega Squadron, they're going to trade something this up. Nice Tempered Fate onto 2 people. Tussle gets blown away from the monsoon by Edward. Edward does not get out of there quick enough, though. He's almost going to go down. Falls eventually. And Tussle is going to pick up that kill yet again. People flashing forward. Zanzara going really, really low. Blasting just cannot get the positioning here. And he's actually just going to go down. Tussle following that kill up. Does pick him up. And Yatori coming from the back line as well. Drobovic falling. And again, Yatori picking up this kill with Tussle picking up 2 as well. This is looking really, really scary for Vega Squadron right now.
It is. It's Caitlyn 0-3, the Ashe 3-0-2. This is looking so much better from Rampage. You know, mixing things up seems to be the answer. I'm not saying it was all about Tussle, because of course a lot of this is down to Merrin, but this Rek'Sai is doing work this game.
Yeah, and Pupil's had some really nice Tempered Fates as well. Just catching 2 people there. Beautiful monsoon from Edward. Just could not follow it up. Like I said, Blasting just couldn't get in a position where he could do damage.
It was a shame, but you know, this is what Vega get punished for here. I think the Nunu pick, as much as I was excited to see it, hasn't worked out for them. They didn't choose to go for the Elise. It wasn't banned away. Obviously ignored the Lee Sin as well. There's just a lot of things I think they could have done a little bit differently here. And Nunu, it was a bit of a risk. It hasn't paid off, but they do still have next game to play with. If, of course, this game does go Rampage's way. There's still only a 4k goal difference. There's still a lot of room for error, I think, for this Japanese team too.
Yeah, most definitely. And Dragon being up now and Baron in at 9 seconds. Does look like Rampage have firm control of the map. And it's going to be a Mountain Drake. Finally, some decent Drakes on the Rift. You had Oceans and Cloud populating the majority of the dragons so far. But actually a decent dragon who will make a change for once. Zandara is going to spot people. The rest of Rampage are going to be on this side now. Definitely want to take control of this dragon. Ultimates up across the board. Enchanted Crystal Arrow coming up very, very soon as well. They're going to look for something here. And Blasting, just no damage in terms of his items right now either. Well, not really at attack speed. He hasn't even finished a core item yet, Derry.
Looking a bit worrying for him, to be honest. Like you say, he's kind of half gone towards the Rune Arms and then changed his mind and gone and picked the pickaxe instead. And although that's kind of good for keeping yourself relevant in the earlier stages of the game, when you get to mid-game and you haven't finished an item like now, you just have no effect when it comes to a team fight. So a bit risky and potentially going to bite them if they do try and go for this fight. But at this point, it looks like they're aware they can't fight the dragon. They're just going to let it go, give it over to Rampage. It will be Tussle soloing this one away.
Yeah, that'll be an Inferno and a Mountain Drake on the board for Rampage. Empered Fate onto the tower in the top lane. Yatori has just completely caught Drobovic out, and Edward's going really low as well. Here comes the ultimate from Nunu, slowing everybody up, but I'm not sure it's going to make all too much of a difference. Actually, Blasting is here, so has arrived though. And Pupil actually just goes down to the tower in the end. They're going to want to chase this. Or Shockwave does come through. Does hit Yatori and Lemon. Lemon trying to escape. Ace in the hole does come through. Finally finishes off the kill. And that's going to be a 3-for-2 trade. Looked like Rampage actually they looked like they were taking the upper hand in that one, but that Sub-Zero coming out for Zanzara was able to trade up a couple of those kills. And did your feed turn into a bit of an Instagram filter? Did that happen? Or was that just me?
Probably just you.
Oh, okay. Mine looks a little more pretty now.
This actually looks quite pretty.
Yeah. Bit of a chicer filter on it.
Nice and clear.
I don't know. Nice and clear, yeah.
It's sad that you know the name of the filters.
I just called it Instagram. It's not like I know the name.
No, you said chica, and I was like,
chic.
What?
Is that I don't have Instagram. I don't know. I think chic as in glamorous.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the name of a filter on there.
Oh.
I wouldn't know, but it sounds like the sort of thing they would call one of the filters on there.
Probably. I don't know. I don't have Instagram. Maybe I should get it.
I don't know. I only put pictures of my dog on there anyway. You know what I'm like.
Oh.
That big fluffy bugger.
He is a beautiful dog.
He's a nice dog.
Yeah. Well, powers are even now. But 2 dragons on the side of Rampage. They're going to be able to make good use of those. It's going to be Infernal, the most important ones. And Rampage, they are setting their sights on this Baron. They've got a nice few wards, a nice little vision game coming out from them. 3-man roaming gank squad coming through for Rampage. Are they going to be able to spot out Anzara? No. He's pretty quick on the Nunu already, just wanting to recall. Just leave me be, please. No. Denied. Just over and over again.
I think my only issue with the last fight that Rampage has was they sacrificed 3 members and got 2. That's very reminiscent of what happened last game, where they were just overextending and going a little bit too deep to try and force kills and ended up trading more members, or at least negating all of their efforts very, very quickly. It's just like here, they're starting the Baron up here. Not-Holy going to have to try and TP to get in too.
Yeah, Yuri is on the sideline on the mid wave, so he's going to have to be careful. He's going to have to come back round.
Oh, that was huge.
The zoning ultimate. Retempered Fate and the Equalizer comes through. There's a lot of damage coming through, but Tussle's in the front line. Just gets dunked by Non-Holy, and Drobovic is here to do the damage as well. Merrin just gets completely forced out here. This is Vega Squadron's fight here. Ace in the hole comes through. Here's Pupil. He goes down to the laser, and that's going to be a nice binding up, but the teleport from Non-Holy there, just splitting up the members from Rampage, and Drobovic with the damage as well. Pupil is so low, he's stepped forward, in fact. And Drobovic says, fine, that's mine. Siphon powers, and 2 members alive for Rampage Gaming. Vega Squadron in firm control of this game now. That was a really questionable fight there, coming out from Rampage.
Absolutely.
Merrin,
well, what's going on now?
He's alright. Merrin's been found. He has got the red buff, but he's going to have to back off there. And yeah, the Bard just, for some reason, stepping back, and Lemon just being caught as well. One for the 1v1. Didn't end up taking it through. Tussle did use his ultimate to get in here. He is fairly tanky, but in a 1v3 situation, he's probably not going to be able to survive too long. But Yatori just wants to keep this fight going. Equalizer not available for him, just teleporting in, and Vega Squadron can't do anything off the back of this. He's gonna have to back off. They just really want to fight, actually. Yatori just going so aggressive with Tuffle, just headshot to headshot coming from. Equalizer is available. Will he be able to use it? He does have so little health. Just flashing health bars coming through, but Edward's going to get caught up in that Equalizer. Going to be able to escape. Nice tornado to just dissuade Rampage from aggressing that one further. Zanzara just being that front line he needed to be for his team.
That's what you mean about the filter, by the way. The white thing just popped back on again.
Yeah, see? It did come through. I told you, man. It wasn't just me seeing things this early in the morning. I say that, it's 11 o'clock now for us.
Yeah, it's still morning.
Again,
hey, it's back again. Hey.
Yeah, I told you. Put nice little filters on.
I like it. It's good.
Yeah, it's more atmospheric.
Yeah. Really, running the feed through the Instagram app and applying a nice filter to it.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if that is literally how production works? You run the feed through it like an iPhone, put it through Instagram, and spit it back out from the phone again. That'd be hilarious.
Hey,
all these massive servers, and all they contain is just a single phone.
Oh, yeah. Oh, phones are getting pretty powerful. So
I don't know if they can host like a 3,500 kilobits per second stream, though.
Oh, probably not.
Sounds like a technical challenge.
Most definitely.
Someone will do it one day.
We've had a few tech issues. Whoa. Danzaris in a little bit of trouble here. Just gets stun locked up. Going to be able to flash away. Tempered Fate comes through. Does not connect.
He's very low, though.
Really low. They really want this fight. Sub-Zero come out. Yeah. That's Nunu, man. He's got Righteous Glory as well. He did end up popping that one. And he will get out alive. That's Nunu, my friend. Escapes no matter what. Rampage are actually going to start with the Baron even. Remember, Zanzara is really, really low. That's falling so quickly. Marin's damage is insane. Zanzara off onto the side. No,
hasn't got flash.
Will he be able to go through with it? I'm not sure he will. No, the Equalizer comes out, lands onto 4 people. Rampage is going to come in. Edwards on the front line, not where he wants to be, and he's almost going to go down. Yatori's going to be in the front line. Tussle secures another kill for himself. Zanzara is just so low. No flash to try and get the steal. And they are just on the run at this point. Bravik does get a nice binding there onto Tussle, but Non-Holy is going really low. Red buff burning. Yatori almost going down as well. Blasting's going to come through. He's going to get the double kill. Merin is going to pick that one up. And the members falling left, right, and center for Vega. This is not looking good for them. Triple kill and an ace coming out from Merin. That Baron fight did not go Vega Squadron's way. And hey, Infernal to boot as well.
Wow, this is... it's crazy. Like, someone asked me in chat before this game and said, what are the chances of Rampage winning next game? And I said, very low, given how that last game had just gone. This is a completely different team that we're seeing play this game. Merin is stepping up massively on this AD carry. Tussle is having the game of his life on this Rex side. Yatori's putting down some brilliant ultimates. And Lemon, he's playing very much so a very supportive role here in trying to keep the Ashe alive, all with the shields and the heals and so on. But it's working wonders for them. And Vega seem a little bit lost in a sense and a little bit disorientated and desynced from each other in a way. You know, really the only person having a particularly good game here is probably Drobovic, arguably Holy as well. But little mistakes like at the end of that fight there, he turned around to get a few autos down onto Yatori, and then Merin was like, oh, you stepped into my range, enjoy the endless number of slows you're about to get hit with, and picked him up with relative ease, and it was no problem. You know, it's Rampage who we saw last game making the silly mistakes, and this time round, it's Vega.
Yeah, Vega just playing on the back foot here. And remember, they are 1 up in this series as well. I want to see if Rampage can carry this through to the next game, because their map play has just been, well, maybe looked a bit weak in the early game with Vega Squadron stepping up, but their fights at the moment, having that early lead in terms of gold on their carries has just worked out so well for them. But now Pupil is going to get caught out as well. Sub-Zero coming through. There's a lot of damage coming through here, but Tussle is going to use the ultimate to get into the fight.
Oh, Blasting
is in a little bit of trouble. Does get logged up. Equalizer comes through as well. Blasting is just spending so much time on that Rumble armor, and he's going to fall here. Rampage with the follow-up. It started out with Pupil. He was getting caught out, but now they're going to turn this one around. Drobovic is on the side. He's going to drop the ultimate down to Merin, but he is in a 1v4 situation. He flashes away. Lemon just needs to dissuade him from actually engaging here. Edward's super low in the start of that team fight. Wasn't really able to do anything. And now they take an inhibitor for it.
If they can stop the recall here, this will be massive. If Drobovic can't get back, there's no one really left around to defend it. There's no Holy and there's Edward, but they're against a pushing team of 3 right now. In fact, they're just going to back off, look towards the top instead. This Ghost looks like it's getting him away, actually. In fact, the team are coming around to closing him, I think. Look, all 5 members have got Drobovic's number, and they want to bring him down.
Oh, he is not going to survive this one. Just the... Oh, Lemon just with a snipe there. Nice empowered Q just to finish him off. But nice rotational map play coming out from Rampage. And using that Baron buff, just such great effectiveness as well.
Absolutely they are, and they've got to push now into it and try and get this top one down too. 1 inhibitor down, 2 usually will signal the end of the game within the coming minutes, but they're still going to manage to push in there and get rid of that tower first. And all these traps too. That's never fun.
Oh no, nice teleport usage coming out here from Lemon, just locking that one up, but he will get locked up by a trap. But look at those shields, Derry. They just cannot get through them at all. Equalizer comes down just for the zone. There goes the tower. Inhibitor firmly in their sights yet again. This is the fight they're going to look for, though. Sub-Zero coming through. It's just going to be cancelled here. And Yamato is doing so much damage. Yatori just carrying this fight 1v5, it seems. Rampage are going to have to run away, though. They are going to have to zone out, and they do end up picking up Yatori, who just got left to ruin there. He was doing so much damage on the Rumble, but he wasn't able to make that work. His build has just gone to pure DPS. You can see it coming out. And he's just been a massive factor in these fights, just making sure that the rest of Vega Squadron cannot get on his carries.
Yeah, Zanzara did a pretty good job there in terms of keeping himself alive. It was very close, but still kind of worrying here for Vega. They've got that exposed inhibitor in top lane. They've lost the middle one as well. Rampage now just need to try and get themselves another Baron when it comes up in a few minutes. Maybe look towards the Dragon. I don't think Dragon will be the Elder next. It'll be something else. One of the lesser Dragons, probably around about the 33-30 mark, maybe the 34-minute mark. Then maybe try and get bot lane, because they've still got that bot in the tower stand there. So again, that's more gold they can exploit and more ways of getting themselves ahead. I think if it does come down to team fights and everyone were even, it would be Vega's game. But they've got to get themselves back into this game now. They've got about a 9.5k deficit here to keep up with. Look at the gold numbers as well there. First time we've seen them, which is nice. You can see where most of the gold lies. There's 4,000 gold difference there between the junglers and about 3,500 between the AD carries. That's where all the gold is currently sitting in terms of difference, and it shows in the game.
It really does, and we did praise Vega Squadron's macro game in the early stages. But now they are just falling to the wayside. Meren has just got so much damage on this Ashe, providing such a decline in terms of damage. I mean, Vega Squadron, they've got the wave clear, as demonstrated by Drobovic there. So I think they've got to rely on that for this last stage of the game. Look at the siege potential coming out from Rampage here. And Tussle just takes no damage. Sub-Zero is going to come out. Zanzara is just dropping it. Look at the damage coming out. Lemon as well. A beautiful temper yet again. Landing straight on the Rumble ultimate. This is their fight again. Absolutely beautiful team play. Blasting is just going to get disintegrated with a flash forward from Meren there. Drobovic falls as well. Triple kill coming through from Meren. He does trade up a kill.
That's game.
And that is, I think that is, you're right. Yatori, Tussle, and Pupil are still alive. It's going to be a complete ace. And Rampage's team coordination has just been absolutely on point. Those Tempered Fates, Derry, have been amazing.
They have. The team play all game has been absolutely fantastic. This is a massive difference to what we've seen in the first game and what we saw for most of yesterday. Really big improvement for the Japanese team. The question now, of course, is can they take it 2-1 and take the series, or will Vega bring it back? That remains to be seen. Vega not fancying the reverse sweep, I'm sure. We'll find out in the next game.
Wow.